Number 3 is not getting enough electrolytes. You have to understand our ancestors drank river water, stream water, mud puddle water. These are all rich sources of electrolytes, but they're also can cause a nasty infection these days. So we want you to avoid probably drinking mud puddle water. Find a good source of electrolytes that you can add to your diet. If you're doing carnivore, you have to be an ingredient detective. You have to read everything that has a label. You have to read the labels and watch out for silly terms they use to hide ingredients you don't want in your body, like natural ingredients, because that can virtually mean anything. Number 4 is not getting enough omega-3 fatty acids. Now, we're really concerned with any spectrum of the proper human diet that you get a correct omega-6 to omega-3 fatty acid ratio. The average American is eating a 20-to-1 or a 30-to-1 omega-6 to omega-3 ratio. Very unhealthy, very inflammatory. Just the fact that you've eliminated all the industrial vegetable oils from your diet, that's going to lower your omega-6 fatty acid intake a bunch. You don't want to eat 0 omega-6 fatty acids. You need some. They're actually good for you. You just don't want to eat a ratio of omega-6 to omega-3 that's too high. And once again, this is where adding pastured butter to your carnivore meal, adding pastured yolk to your meal, that's going to help up the omega-3 to omega-6 fatty acid ratio. Also remembering that seafood is carnivore. All those things are going to give you more omega-3s so that you balance out your omega-6 to omega-3 ratio. Number 5 is organ meat. I know, you may currently think it's gross, but our ancestors ate all the organs they could get their hands on. There's actually, in the paleoanthropological research, they're starting to understand that the first stone tools we used were not spear tips and arrow tips. They were just big round rocks that we used to smash the bones and smash the skull of animals we were scavenging. We maybe even didn't kill the animals. We let the predators eat all the red meat, and then we would move in with our big rocks and smash and get to the brains, get to the marrow, which is very high in saturated fat, very high in omega-3 fatty acids. And so you need to be getting some kind of bone marrow in your diet. Number 6 on this list is not getting enough collagen. And no, dummy, I don't mean collagen powder. That's not okay. That's a waste of money, and there are many ways to get collagen in a carnivore diet. So if you're eating eggs, there's a little membrane between the white of the egg and the yolk. That's pure collagen, okay? If you're eating ribs, whether pork, beef, or sheep, there is a membrane on the back of the ribs that most people peel off and throw away. That's pure collagen. Don't do that. If you're eating steak, eat the gristle. That's pure collagen. If you're eating chicken legs or chicken thighs or chicken wings, gnaw the cartilage off the end of the bone. Eat the skin. Eat all the little chewy bites, because that's pure collagen building blocks. And you need that in your diet so that you can have the beautiful glowing skin that most carnivores have. Number 7 is watch out for imitation seafood. And so if you just blindly go into the grocery and buy some crab and buy some this and that, you have to, again, put on your detective hat and read every ingredient carefully. If you don't know what it means, do an internet search on that word and you'll be an expert on it in 3 minutes. It's very common for imitation seafood to have added grains, added sugar, and added industrial vegetable oils in there, and then different stabilizers and things to make the meat stick together. None of that stuff is part of a real carnivore diet, so make sure you're getting real seafood and not imitation seafood, and watch those ingredients and additives like a hawk. Number 8 is sauces, marinades, rubs, and gravy. So if you've been eating a standard Western diet and you start carnivore, you may think, well, gosh, I've always put ketchup on meatloaf, so obviously that's how you eat meatloaf. No. You have to watch sauces and rubs and marinades and gravies very carefully. They very often are ways to slip grains and sugar and vegetable oils into your diet. You don't want any part of that. So here, any marinade or rub, you need to read the ingredients like a hawk. And if you're putting a lot of that on your meat, you're eating a few grams of carbohydrates, and then also causing the inflammation that can come from eating that sugar, which is part of the reason you started carnivore in the first place.